Well, it's Wednesday, and that means it's time to check in with our friends from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Arizona. Today's topic is the Great American Smokeout. And joining me now is Dr. Floyd Shoemaker, one of our favorite doctors to visit us. He's the Senior Medical Director at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Arizona. And you're going to have some resources and help us understand of why it's so important to quit smoking by showing us why it's so important to quit smoking.
I did bring a few pictures, but before we get to those, Terry, smoking is the greatest single preventable cause of death in the United States. 445,000 people die each year related to smoking-associated diseases. Now, we all know about the lung disease, and we think about lung cancer and bronchitis and emphysema. And the lungs are severely affected. I have a picture of a relatively normal lung that we can put up.
Okay.
And this is a normal lung for someone who was a city dweller. And you'll notice on there a few black spots, and that comes from the fact that they were exposed to the sort of pollution that we have here in the Phoenix area. But that's not bad compared to the sort of black spots that you'll see in the next picture, which is the lung of a lifelong smoker.
Oh my goodness.
It's a significant change. So pollution versus smoking.
Choices.
I mean,
wow.
Look at the damages there. Yeah. Now, the good news is, if you quit smoking, a good deal of that can be reversed. And so you have to think about, what am I going to do to stop smoking? This is your opportunity, with tomorrow being the Cancer Society's 37th Great American Smokeout, to make that resolution. If you're a smoker, stop smoking as of tomorrow.
Yeah, it's never too late, and you can, like you said, you can reverse that process. So what kind of resources, what kind of help does the Great American Smokeout provide?
Well, that's sponsored by the Cancer Society, and if you go to the web at cancer.org, there are numerous things to help smokers, resources that they can use. Here in Arizona, we have the Arizona Smokers Hotline, which you can reach at ashline.org. And they also have both online and telephonic programs to help you stop smoking. When people do stop smoking, the first week is usually the toughest. You're going through nicotine withdrawal, and nicotine is as addictive as narcotics. It affects the same area of the brain, and it is the same addicting qualities that narcotics do. After the first week, it starts to get easier for most people. They will notice during the first week they're going to be irritable. People will notice changes in their personality. They're not the same because they're going through this withdrawal. But they have to keep their focus and know that it's going to get better. And the other thing I always point out is you have to have your internal motivation for it, too.
You know, I was going to ask you that. Is it something that, I mean, you have to want to do this,
Absolutely.
you know? I mean, you know somebody, you want them to quit smoking,
having
but...
your spouse nag you, having your doctor nag you, which I did to many of my patients, is not the way, it's not going to get results.
Right.
The person has to really want it themselves.
Right.
And I had a friend back when I was practicing who I nagged for 20 years probably to stop smoking, and it wasn't until he had a grandchild that he stopped smoking. And I said, why? And he said, I want to see her grow up.
Oh, well, that's a beautiful reason.
So, yeah, there's got to be some kind of a personal motivation.
Yeah. And the support system, I mean, that's all we can do, is be there for them when, you know, it's getting a little difficult.
If your spouse is trying to stop smoking, or a good friend, be a good supportive person. Understand that they're going through a big change in their body.
Okay.
And that they're going to need a little extra patience.
A little extra TLC, right?
Yes, that would help.
Oh, Dr. Shoemaker, always good information coming from you, and thank you so much for showing us just how bad smoking really is. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Arizona provides so many useful health and wellness information regularly through their Facebook page, and you can visit them at facebook.com/BCBSAZ.